So for the last couple of videos that I've done, I've been showing you how to draw your own designs so that you can make and sell them if you want to. But today what I'm going to do is use one of Canva's images itself. I've just typed up here, ghost face, and you just basically go through some of these just to have a look what suits you, what kind of thing you're after. And this one caught my eye, this one. Because I wanted something, everything that I've done up to now has been on a black background, and I wanted to do the opposite where I do a white background with a black ghost or black figure on the top. So I thought either a ghost or maybe a reaper. The ghost might actually look better in white. Let's see if we can get a reaper in black. That might actually work out better. Let's give him a go, and also this ghost a go, but I think I'm gonna do him in white on a black background and this one black on a white background. So they're the two images that I'm looking at doing. So I've got these two images and I'm going to go up to share, download, and I want transparent background, current page. Let's share that. And then we do the same with the current page on that one. Transparent background, download. So I'm on Cricut Design Space. I mean, you can find some images on Cricut Design Space, but I don't have the access pass, which is why I use the Cricut that way. But I mean, we could have a quick look just to see if there's anything on here that we like the look of. And a lot of these, I mean, that one, make it, I think this one did even charge you just for a basic cut. No, maybe not. Like that one's $5.99 to download that. But if you look at one of my previous videos, I did something very similar to this. And it's just a matter of designing it yourself, and then you do these you can't actually sell, whereas anything that you do yourself, obviously you can sell. But this is good to look at and get some ideas and different things that are available. So if I go to Canvas and I'm going to press the plus button, upload, select from photo library, and it's the last two that I want. This will come up because I've not got the Cricut access. And we want a single layer. Next, with its own name. So there's one. And then we're going to upload again. And we're going to go for the second one. Apply, single layer. Next. And put its own name in it. So we've got our two images there, and I want this to be very similar size to the other projects that I've done. So the Frankies that I did were about 11 centimeters by 8 centimeters. So we'll go for the same size, and then everything sort of fits in together. We'll go to the height, and we want that as 11 centimeters. So it's going to be 11 by 8, which is about the right size that I'm after. So we're clicking on the ghost, go back to these measurements, and we'll get 11 in there as well. Now if you look at the measurement guide here, you'll see this little button in the middle with a lock on it, and that's so when you adjust this, it adjusts it for the width and the height, so it sort of stays in the same proportions. So unless you want a particular height and width, I suggest sort of keeping that locked on. So we're gonna make, I'm thinking 5 of each. Okay, found something new out. So there's an offset feature, which is basically give the extra space around it for you. I've been manually doing it, but I didn't realise this was a thing because I don't use Cricut to its full extent as yet. So these are the original way I had it, and I was expanding the size of this so that I could fit this on the top of it. But what happens is, if I zoom in, it's not actually going bigger, so you can actually line it up. So I've just been playing about and I've seen this offset button, and you can change the distance around it depending on how big you want it, and it actually goes around the thing rather than being smaller. So I'm going to move that up to 0.35, maybe 0.35. So offset 0.35 and tick that box. Then that gives you two of the same thing. So all this here we can get rid of. So we've now got a silhouette and a little ghost, and obviously we need 5 of those, so I'm going to duplicate that. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this the same. 2, 3, 4, 5. And when we come to put one of these little ghosties on the top, it's got a perfect outline. That's so cool. So we've got everything in the right place now. Let's go to make, and then we need to start loading the mat up. The ghost, I'm using a light grip mat again, just because this is a paper backing and it doesn't come off very easily. This is cheap budget vinyl. I'm trying to use some of this up with these little craft projects because it isn't the best quality and it's good enough just to do things around the house. I don't know if you remember these from the 90s, but these are like the snap bands, you know, the ones that you put around your wrist like that. And I found these really useful for the vinyls, because it doesn't matter if it like this has come out of this, so trying to get that back in there could be a problem. You'd have to adjust it and all the rest of it. Where these, I bought them in white so I can write things on them to say where it's from and everything to do. But yeah, that's another little tip and trick. Right, let's get this vinyl onto the mat. Make sure you've got no air bubbles in there. Push it downwards or outwards so you get them to the edges, and then we're going to brayer it down all over. Right, so that's the backing, so over to the Cricut, let me get that set up. So we're going to load up our next sheet. Just make sure there's no air bubbles in that. Push it over to the left, and we're going to click on vinyl. Let's go. Right, let's get the vinyl off here. So we've got all our little ghosts. just going to get my weeding tool and I'm going to start taking out the eyes and the mouth. Say that. Now let's get these off the mat. So again, I'm flipping it over, just makes your life a lot easier to get these things off. And it stops it curling. This is a light grip mat anyway, but I do find peeling them off like this, yeah, I find peeling them off like this a lot easier, especially with cheaper like materials. They don't come off the mat as easy as more expensive ones. Right, so that's all them off. Right, let's delete this, and we'll do the same for the skeleton. And just to make it clear in my own head, I am going to highlight these and change the colour to blue, and then this one I'm going to change the colour. Sorry, I know it's cut out of a different card. I'm going to change that one to grey because that's cut on white card. Let's rearrange that because we only want the ghost being cut at the moment. Everything looks good on there, press next. Everything looks good on there. Next, let's connect into the machine. Like cardstock with extra pressure, and we'll press go. All cut nicely. So I've loaded the next one up, and this one goes up to 11 by 12 I think it is. So this is big enough for doing it. It's just a piece of excess cardboard that I had over from a previous project, but it's just perfect for this size. So let's go to light cardstock, and we're going to more pressure, and we're pressing go. Or load, I should say. Let's get him off the cardboard. And his friends. So I've just peeled the back off a little bit at the top. I'm not letting that touch the design at all, and I'm just getting this lined up how I like the look of it. At the bottom, when I'm happy with that, I can then push the head down at the top and then peel this back. Now this is something I didn't account for. With this being cheaper vinyl, you can actually see through it slightly, but you know, I think it still looks pretty good. Right, let's do the rest. They've turned out quite cute. Let's get them off the mat. Our spooky little ghosts. What do you think? Cute, but still a bit scary. So to make sure I get the right size of these skull ones, I'm going to do the offset. I'm going to keep it the same as 0.35. Make sure you tick that box, then it actually does it. So that's the size we want. So we want to go to contour and take whatever this little white bit is out of the middle. Let's get rid of that. So now we have enough size for that to go over the top of. So we need to make 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. And just to make this more easy for me to remember, I'm going to change that to a lighter material, so I know I'm cutting it out of white. And this is what we're cutting out of the vinyl. Okay, so I'm going to get the cardboard stuck on the mat and then we'll come back and we'll see this cut. There's that bit done. Unload that. Okay, so let's peel this off. So this is the proper Cricut vinyl. This is smart vinyl, so it doesn't actually need a mat. So we're back on Cricut Design Space and I'm going to go over to make this. So on there I'm going to change over to material load without a mat. The other thing I've found with this Cricut stuff is it gets very static. It picks up every little bit of fibre that's around. So when you come to use your transfer tape, you may pick up some of these bits because it does pick up quite a lot of static on it. Right, let's go next. Let's go next. We'll go connect. And I want to pick. It's not letting me pick. All materials, right, okay. Vinyl. Smart vinyl. Matless permanent vinyl. So that's the one that we need to use because it's a Cricut's own. I'm going to go with the default because that's what they're suggesting. And let's load this in. Yeah, let's unload it and see what we've got. So on the top, it's cut off a few bits, but majority of it is actually stuck down. So yeah, it looks really good up to now. So just stop it curling on there. I'm going to stick it to the mat just so I've got a better place for me to start weeding this stuff off. Got bits of vinyl already stuck to my hands. If you've got any excess vinyl like this, what we used earlier to cut out of what we used for another project, if you peel this off, get rid of the backing paper, and then screw this up with the sticky side out, any bits on your hands you can stick like that. That's just another way of removing vinyl from your hands or from places like your desk or something similar. So I'm going to leave that to the side because that will actually pull off a lot better for me. Try two different methods here. This one I'm doing it directly off the backing paper, but on the next one I'm going to try it on the transfer paper just to see if there is much of a difference. So yeah, that looks pretty good. So the other method is using transfer tape, and because we're using the proper Cricut stuff, I'm going to use the proper Cricut stuff for the transfer tape as well, because might as well. And we just need enough to transfer that's what we've got for now. I'm just going to stick that back on there. I'm thinking of just pulling this full excess vinyl off. So I'm going to stick the transfer sheet down to the mat and just take this off. And see if we can weed it this way. I think this is going to be actually more difficult to do, but we'll see. Because everything that I'm touching is now sticky. It's definitely more difficult for me anyway, doing it this way. But people have their own preferences. I just think this is very sticky and not easy to pull off. Get off me. Yeah, this isn't how I like doing things. It's all too sticky. So I'll do it on this one. So we've got these two done, and I think now's a good time just for me to get this off this mat. So I definitely know which way I prefer to actually weed, which is directly off the sheet. It's much more satisfying and a lot nicer to actually do. This is quite thick, so you can't sort of bend it backwards and stick it on that way. Right, I am going to do the same with the rest of them. all stuck down, and it should be stuck pretty well, but I'm just going to go over it quickly with brayer. So we have 5 of these ready to go onto our design, which I will be discussing in my next video. I'm going to be putting all these recent videos into a project and I'll share with you how that's going to look on the next video. So, hope you enjoyed them. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!